always on John Rice. That is their issue. With what I have seen over the past time, you know, Clarence, there's something a lot of people don't know about me in this country. I said that the last time in my press conference. And a lot of people just got to, know me when I became representative.
The program here developed today is called the Community-Based Organization Program. Basically, what it means is that those who live in the various communities are going to be responsible for the upkeep of their roads. So if your road pothole or the drainage is clogged, it will be a responsibility as community dwellers to make sure that that road is feasible. But in order to do that, there are a lot of things required. You need some tools, those who will be supervising the project to make sure that you are doing what you say you will do, all of that. And we just think from our side that whatever we can do to help make that work easier, we are always willing. We hope that we're able to meet our targets as set out in the plan for road maintenance. Right before I do the turning over, it's important to also note that in a country that we have heard a lot of complaints about unemployment, this innovative idea from the Ministry of Internal Affairs will impact a little over 1,000 young people within the different counties that were mentioned. So it's not about job creation only in Montserrat. So we are going to 10 different counties and they will be doing the employment there. People that live in those counties and in those areas that are affected. Honorable Minister, we'd like to thank you for your farsightedness and we'd like to officially turn over these keys to be used for the supervision of this.
We have been very magnanimous to our alliance. Look, our predecessors, when they had their political alliances, they broke away with these people. They never kept their word. And you saw what happened. The first people that were in their throat were the alliances. But this time, we were able to, put our alliance collaborators in some decent places around in different parts. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, who gave up, who would do that? Which party would do that? But due to our
Malobi koswana ina bae na boy ko baby sanzoto na manzaka na lembie Mario na bae Mario na bae Bapo dinga na pankolaka zote koma sembe okopete ngana zoka lobi na swa maladi ya cancer lobi tanko na popola yo kiminga ye Mario na leme Mario na baye akopete ngana zwa epaiswa ya lokuta epaiswa ya biloko hakutaki ngana yango likamomoke mosala koboma biloko ya ndako asomba na lembie Mario na lembie Mario na baye mobali akutinga na bomengo asengi ya komandenga na ndimi mobali akutinga na bangenge asengi ya dirigenga na ndimi na baniko bima na ye babangi kopenga monsieur Mario abimbi moto akanisi biloko yanga ya ye Mario na lembie kende Mario na baye yo Malobi koswana ina bae na boy ko baby sanzoto na manzaka na lembie Mario na bae Mario na bae bapoduinga na pakolaka zoto ekoma sembesembe okobetenga na zoka lobi nazwa maladi ya kanser lobi tanko na popola yo kiminga ye Mario nalemie Mario.
Another day to talk the issues that matter. Like usual, we say, Kia don't hold our tongue. We speak truth to power, and that is the true essence of democracy. We're glad that we are here this lovely afternoon. Today is the second day of the month of July. And of course, the year is 2026. We have a few more months to end this year. We are grateful that we've entered the 7th month of the year, that is July. We are glad to always be here. This is Kia Radio 95.9. This is the radio service of Kia Humanitarian Foundation. Of course, we broadcast from our main studios here on the UN Drive in Central Monrovia, right opposite the BTC Barrack, adjacent the most famous Radita Market. What a great way it is. What a great way it is to be here as we go through. And I'm here. My name is Maurice Desmond Brown, your loon soldier for now. I'll take you up until 5:55 this evening. But I'm not going to be alone. You are there and I'm here. Together we're going to have ourselves a great time. Too many things to talk about. Rumbling national issues. We talk about some of the major issues concerning Liberia. How our country can grow. How we can make ends meet. We're also live on our online platform, KCN TV. For those of you on Facebook, those of you on YouTube as well, you can follow us on Kia Network. On X, formerly Twitter, you can find us on Kia Network as well, or Kia Communications Network. It's a wonderful day. So yes, welcome. From now until 5:55, I'm here. My name is Maurice Desmond Brown. What so many things to talk about? The National Identification Registry. We've been talking about it. It has now been elevated at the level of the Senate. Senator April Darius Delon has called for the identification registry to appear to talk about some of the issues concerning that particular entity. So your talking isn't in vain. That's what I told you. Let's continue to amplify our voices. Let's continue to talk. We know at the end of the day, Liberia wins. We all win. That is what we're fighting for. What a great way it is. Please share the video. Those of you that will come online, of course, share so others can join as well. Vanessa's Junior Bar is always watching, and he's here as well. He's watching from Yucatan. So we are coming back. That is what he wrote. Watching from Yucatan. Thanks so kindly, Vanessa's Junior Bar. Please share the video so others can join. Well, the Senate has called on the national security to give that body some very deep update on the $90 million drug bust at the RIA that was confiscated. And from what we've heard and seen, there was a heated debate yesterday at the Senate. That was on Tuesday, according to what and I can tell you safely that Police IG, Honorable Gregory W. Coolman, said that one of the senators talks loosely That was Samia Koga. So we'll play you that. We'll talk about the joke. The president had his 22nd cabinet meeting today. We'll tell you what is coming out of that cabinet meeting. And of course, several other things we got to talk about. Stick and stay with us. Some breaking news as well will come up. That is what we have for you right here on the program Inside Liberia on Kia Radio 95.9. Let's take a line of our team. Someone will be back in a jiffy. Don't go away.
Epaiswaya lokuta, epaiswaya biloko, hakutaki mwana yango, likamomoke mosala koboma biloko yandako la somba, na lembie, babio, na lembie, babio, na baye, mobali akutinga na bomengo asengi ya komandenga na ndimi, mobali akutinga na bangenge asengi ya dirigenga na ndimi, na baniko bima na ye babangi kobenga ye monsieur, Mario abimbi moto na kanisi biloko yanga ya ye, Mario na lembie, kende Mario na baye.
Welcome back, and it is good to be here, and I guess you're there. If you're in district number 1 up to district 17, what a great way to welcome you to this presentation of the program Inside Liberia on Kia Radio 95. But now let's take this announcement from LEC, Liberia Electricity Corporation. It's a spot one. The Liberia Electricity Corporation, LEC, is pleased to inform the public that it is collaborating with SNAP for the implementation of the smart metering program. The initial phase of this program will be carried out in Pinsville and its associated feeders. As part of the process, joint teams from LEC and SNAP will begin conducting community engagement activities and customer data collection within the targeted areas. The smart meters comes with several advanced features to include geofencing technology. The meter automatically shuts down and can no longer work if it is removed from its registered installed location. Temporary alert system. The meter automatically sends SMS alerts to LEC, SNAP, and customers whenever tampering is detected. Automatic token loading. Customer no longer need to manually enter token code when you purchase your LEC, as credit is loaded automatically onto the meter. GPS tracking capability. The meter can be located through a GPS system identifying its location when stolen. Following customer data collection exercise, LEC and SNAP will commence the replacement and installation of smart meters. Customers who currently have a meter, possess proof of payment for a meter, or whose meter was previously stolen with evidence will have their meters replaced free of charge. Customers without existing meters records will have their information collected and will be required to pay applicable connection fees to be connected. For additional information, please contact the LEC Customer Care Hotlines 4500 or visit the LEC office, Waterside, Monrovia. This announcement was brought in by the Electricity Corporation, the LEC. Thanks for joining us. Today, the city mayor of Monrovia and the city mayor of Pinsville both appeared before the House of Representatives to talk about some major issues about garbage collections and all of that. Some lawmakers have argued that the city is filthy just as we have indicated, we have a few more days, maybe 2 weeks to our Independence Day celebration. I learned that the Monrovia City Corporation have issued some directives or so, but the implementation is a problem. Look, there are buildings that are currently in the middle of the city, especially around Broad Street and all of that. Some of those buildings have not been painted for years. And if you see the city, it looks so filthy. The dirt in the city has become a norm. Pinsville, everywhere, got issues about garbage. But the garbage issue is not just about the city of Monrovia. It's not just about the city of Pinsville. It's not about the city of Broadville. It's not just about other locales or other townships or cities that we're talking about. Though they may not be excluded. But I think community dwellers play a very major role in dirtying, keeping the city dirty. And this, we're not going to mutter our words on. We're not going to bypass it. We Liberians are the cause of why our communities, our cities, our townships are so filthy and dirty. Look, if you sit in a car, and this is just a starting up point for us. You sit in a car, regardless of you becoming an opposition or a government supporter or whatever. Look, when the city is clean, it is the name of Liberians that will go. Today, Kigali has become the cleanest city in Africa because citizens there decided not to dirty the streets. It's not that they don't have human beings there. They got human beings there. They got plenty of people there. They got opposition people. They got people who support the government. They got different classes of people there. But these people chose cleanliness over just dirtying the city for no reason. Look, every time people make mistakes in this country, when you correct them, they get angry. Someone is sitting in a car, for God's sake. You're sitting in a vehicle. The vehicle is moving. And you are eating corn. Take, for example, you were sucking maybe tangerine, oranges or so. And you intend to eat your food in the car, which is not a bad thing. But after eating the chaff or the remnants, the dirt from that particular food that you've eaten, could be placed right in the car, right on your feet. That's why when the driver makes 2 or 3 trips, he's supposed to park his car, remove the garbage or the dirt in his car, and place it in the trash can or a garbage, or area. That is how people do in other countries. In Liberia, Liberians will eat food in the car and rather throw the dirt in the street. They will eat banana. They throw the banana peeling in the street. They will drink sachets of water. And they will choose to throw the plastic bag in the streets. They will eat grampy, boiled grampy, for that matter, and throw the shell of the grampy in the streets. Who does that? Now, at the end of the day, we come back to blame government. We say, oh, the government got problem. The government got this. The government got that. The government will not clean the streets 100% when you yourself, you're not helping to keep it clean. Look, Mayor Safa can take all the equipment and put it in the street and wash the streets like other countries will do. Wash the quota, do everything. If the citizens are not disciplined to keep their hands off the street of putting garbage there or dirt there, trust me, that city or that street will still be dirty. Go Dwara. See that place the way it is filthy and dirty. It's just a whole lot that is happening everywhere. And we, the community dwellers, we take our dirt from our homes and bring the dirt on the streets. How do we expect this country to be clean? Look, the people in Rwanda are not different from us. The people in other countries who are keeping their country clean and keeping their cities clean, they are not different from us. Why are we different in terms of discipline? This one is not about opposition or imposition or whatever. I agree at the center corporation there are some missteps, especially taking government, contract, taking 185,000 Liberian dollar that is being collected daily by the government, taking it to give it to your sister, company. It is a wrong thing, and we'll continue to talk about it. We'll not shy away from it. But if Mayor Safa clean the city, then what? And when Liberians decide to dirty it, the country will still be dirty. We need to try to keep the city clean. Look, you go other countries, I'm sorry that I have to do this, but you go other countries, you see the people, they're so organized. Some of us Liberians were not organized at all. Some of you riding in a car now. You on the traffic, you riding in a driver car, the driver even know that you put it there outside in the street. When you're supposed to put it there in the car. Put it in the car. The driver, once he make 1 or 2 rounds or trips or round trips, he can easily park his car, get the garbage out, and continue to run. You're riding on a keke. You're doing the same. You're dirtying the street. At the end of the day, you blame government for everything. So they look at what is happening in Ghana. Similar thing could happen in Liberia if we're not careful. We take dirt from our homes and put it in the drains. We put it in the drainage where the water's supposed to flow. We put the dirt there and we think it is normal, it is okay. Look, nature has a way of fighting back. Mother Nature can fight back, I can tell you for free. When you continue to put dirt and stock the water passage, when the water gets, when the volume of the water rises, nothing absolutely can stop that water. Look at what is happening in Ghana. And we have the EPA. People there are taking pay, for God's sake. And they have inspectors. They have the inspectorate department there or division. They see people filling wetlands, putting dirt in those places and filling in the building houses there. They do not stop these people. Look, every wetland in this country is owned by government, not a private individual. I see people put signboards and billboards and all. This is a private property. No trespassing. The EPA passes there every day. These people pass to those places. They see those signboards. They see those properties. They see people dumping dice and trying to fill mangrove swamps. They're trying to fill wetlands. And nobody's saying anything. When the adverse results start to filter in, when we have heavy downpour of rain and the water cannot go anywhere, it starts to flow in our homes, it starts to flow places, then we blame the government. Then we blame it on government. Look, the first segment, we're taking it to talk about ourselves. We're taking it to talk about ourselves. The second segment, we talk politics. At 5 o'clock, we'll talk about the drug and all the other things we need to talk about, we'll talk about. But at this point, we need to assess ourselves. The National Disaster Management Agency has released a statement. They said this year, there will be flooding in parts of Liberia that have never gotten flooded before. Parts of Liberia that have not experienced flooding before will experience flooding this year. And look, don't overlook it, because you see the rain, it is very persistent in the last few days. If we have a downpour of rain for 1 week in this country, trust me, there will be disastrous. It will be very disastrous for us. But we're not learning. Look, go cross Simple Bridge. When you cross Simple Bridge, there is a mangrove swamp, a whole place. You have some Foreigners there, they filled the land. They've built a block factory to that place. Very big black factory. They built a home there. They're staying there. They up and how do you call it? EPA people can tell me they have not passed to that place and see that place. Both left and right, when you pass petrol one going. Everywhere there is being filled. The people just putting there and filled in the swamp. This is the only country I see people like, citizens own wetland, swamp. Citizens say they own it, especially swamp that are along the road. People say they own it, that they're personal property. Abraham Vamuya Corner, when you pass Poor River, going to that whole place was a very big swamp. He filled it in. He said that it's private property. Nobody should trespass. So he passed Poor River Bridge. We got to look at ourselves. Some of the problem we are going through is not government. The government got a part to play, and which we will not sit here and play blind eye to. The government got a part to play, and that part the government got to play depends on how we decide to help the government too. Look, if the government can take all the equipment, bring it and wash the street and do all the things, and we continue to exhibit the behavior we can exhibit every time, putting debt outside through the car, through the keke, and we're on motorbikes and all of that, we'll continue to face the problem we're facing. Look, Liberia can be clean like Kigali and even more. If we decide to exhibit good behavior, good hygienic behavior, good hygienic practices, if we decide by ourselves and say we'll not dirty the street, we will put our dirt in the car when we're traveling, when we eat food, the remnants from that food, we'll put it in the car, or we will not take dirt from our homes and bring it on the streets. Look, I know we have a problem. And one of the major problems we have in this country is waste collection. And the only reason why we have problem with waste collection is because this goes to the government. The government isn't thinking of the bus too. Look, other countries now, the war is revolving. The war is revolving. There are things happening every day. Now, other countries, they're using garbage to produce cooking gas. They're using the trash. They're using your diet. They're using these diet or garbages. They're using it to turn it into something meaningful. We're not thinking of the bags. Look, the kind of waste we generate in this country, if you have a very proper waste management company, we'll not be talking the thing we're talking here. Oh yes, that's so kind of honorable, and that is the truth. And every time we see these things happening, we blame it on government. Yeah, the government got a part to play. Like I said, the government got her own problem. For a city mayor, John Siafa, to take government money and say that his sister is supposed to control the city parking. He gave it to his sister, Princess car parking and towing or towing dealership or whatever the name is. Today, when you see the guys in the street, they're wearing Princess shirt. They're barely paid on time. No PPCC regulation, no public procurement, no bidding process. Everything was just done unilaterally by the city mayor himself. Just took the contract and gave it to his sister. Today, those people on the street supposed to collect around $185,000 Liberian dollars daily from the investigation we have conducted. So if you take Saturday and Sundays from there, if you do the mathematics, 185,000 times 5, Monday to Friday, That's around $1.3 million, Liberian dollars. Approximately $1.3 million is being generated every week from the street. That division was under the Memorial City Corporation. Mayor John Siafa took it and gave it to his sister to manage. We don't know where the money is going. How is it being used? What is the percentage? Or so the same thing we did, we brought these Lebanese crooks and Lebanese rogues to this country to steal from our people. We get them traffic management. We tell them say they must take 70% and get out 30%. Who does that? Who takes their resources and mortgage it to people? And Liberia can do it. We mortgage our resources to the Lebanese crooks. They say now get people wooden plates in rainy season. So you pass your car in the water, your plate is gone. We got the Ministry of Transport that has been dismembered, disbanded, disfigured. And nobody's saying anything about it. Over 200 plus workers are not working. Traffic management take all their jobs for just 30% what the government will take. Then the company takes 70%. Look, we are the problem to ourselves. People filling wetlands all around the place. Look, I told you the first segment, we're not talking politics, we're talking ourselves. They were not politics. Look, when a certain government sits and give her resources and mortgage it and say, their company take 70, give her 30. Who does that? If that bargaining doesn't have, some fictitious motive. But that is the country you have. But look, the National Disaster Management Agency have told us that there will be flooding in Liberia. Look at what is happening in Ghana. The city they put there. Look, Ghana is built near a river or so. There was a river there. Guys went, started filling the river, started filling part of the river and putting BB buildings and all kind of things. Now they have serious rainfall for days. The water could not flow anywhere. It started entering their homes, busting places and moving to other communities. Now they're crying. The same thing is happening in Liberia. We take buildings and put it in waterways in the alley. We put it in the waterway, the place the water is supposed to pass. We build houses there. Look, like I said, only in Liberia you can see people building in wetland and say that they're private property. And I gave you the scenario of Abraham Van Muyankone, right? When you pass poor rock, and my big brother and father just reminded me again, but I said it at first. When you pass poor rock, right on the left there, the man thought I was one and said I private property. No trespassing. And EPA pass to that place every time they see these samples. They don't investigate. Before reaching Petro One, the other people build, head about Black Factory, block the water, put deck there, and they build homes, they live in there. They got Black Factory there. Well, even the Liberianization policy speaks that there should be no selling of blocks by foreigners. That Liberian people job there, selling blocks, selling sand. The Liberianization policy speaks about it. Look, we're giving ourselves hard time. That's why our country will always cry. We get job. How you expect to have a job when all the things you're supposed to be doing are being given to foreigners? We're not against foreigners working, but when you have a law that says this one is reserved for Liberians, it should be reserved for Liberians. There should be no compromise of that. There should be no compromisation. Today, you go to companies where Liberians are supposed to be occupying those jobs, foreigners are there. They are working, they are managers, they are HRs, human resource managers. And those jobs should be squarely for Liberians. We're giving ourselves a problem. So we got to exhibit good attitude to get a good country. Look, the government is at fault sometimes, but we citizens, we create the most dangerous part of it to make the country look bad. Look, you can't be sitting in car, man, for God's sake. You eating. And you take the food, the remnants, and you put it in the street. And you expect the street to be clean? The street wouldn't be clean. It wouldn't be clean. And that is what it is. Yeah. So that is what it is. And we can see those wrong things. We can see those things. And we think that is just normal. You in a car, you in the car eating food, you finish, put the day in the car. On the drive, go do a round trips, 1 or 2 trips, you see a car dirty. You should know that a car will be dirty because there will be people that eat it. If it's a culture, that thing become a norm. It become a culture for all of us. We start to indoctrinate ourselves and train ourselves to it. Look, our country will be fine. Forget about politics. Politics will always come. Politics will always go. But our country will remain. The country will call Liberia when it found today, it found for all of us. When it ugly for us. When it ugly for us. Look, the government too, you got to be innovative. You got to be creative. Look, other countries, you go there now, trust me, they're using the dirt. They're using garbage. They're using the waste to create something meaningful. They're doing cooking gas. Some other countries are using the garbage to fit roads, lateral, roads or pavement for their countries. They're doing it. Look, what is big about having a very big waste management company here that will be turning waste into meaningful things? But guess what? The vice president of the country get vested interest in Zoom Lion. The other people get interest in the other company. The other people get interest in other companies. So at the end of the day, nobody cares about what benefits the country. Everybody is only thinking about their own benefit because there are some people who benefiting from Zoom Lion. I know some government officials who got their children going to Ghana on Zoom Lion scholarship. Hey man, you government official, you working, you earning money. A company operating in the country that failed before 2011, Zoom Lion are given a contract by Madam Salif. I mean, around 2011, 2012. Those people failed. And at the same waste management company, they force it to bring back. Look, they get other big waste management companies in the world, man, in other countries. Let's invite them. Say, come and look at our country. We generate more waste. And look, the waste you get in Liberia, there are countries looking for that amount of waste. Because some countries are not using plastic bags, they're not using papers. But we're still using plastic bags, we're still using papers and all of that. Other countries are not using it. And those are the things that create more dirt. They create more, garbage around. Other countries looking for that waste to turn it into something. They want to turn it into something meaningful. We have that waste here. But because of greed, everybody want their own interest. Oh, that my own company here, that the company I want. The other person said that my own company here, that the company I want. So at the end of the day, there is a fight. There is a fight. And like it's often said, they say when 2 elephants fight, the grass feed it. This is the case with Liberia. 2 elephants fight. When people fighting over which company to come, which company not to come, that bring people will feed it. That's why everywhere you pass, they follow the street. We ain't got place to even dispose garbage. So the only thing you can do with the garbage in Liberia is to turn it into meaningful waste. Turn it into meaningful products, finished product, cooking gas, different things. Turn the garbage into something. Turn it into fertilizer. Turn it into something that is meaningful that will be sold on the market again. Or introduce a policy. Look, how much money it would take for government to that's why when you have the waste management company here, the waste management company will be buying garbage. So people generate their waste, they'll go and sell it. Instead of keeping it to their homes, they will go, that small money they're supposed to get, they will get it. These things happen in other countries. What happens in our country now? Everything, either the government not performing her duty or the citizens are not performing their duties. What do you think is happening to Liberia? Look, we see ourselves, we go build on alley, go in the communities. People take their homes, they bury on alley. When you ask, they say, "That's my land." The people get a way they can divide it. And one of the areas in Broadville that I really admired is Christopolis. I think that place go by the name Christopolis because they say Christopolis means City of Christ, right? Look, that place is laid out. Nobody is building on alleyways. Nobody is building on the alley because everybody got a way to go to their homes, go to other communities. You can't access the community, you can't go there. People got their homes on the alley. Tomorrow, when government comes to start breaking it down, they say, "Oh, the government on level. The government just breaking our own down. They're just breaking the places." No, we got to talk ourselves someday. I know y'all will not let me for the one year, but that's the truth. Look, if I have a house in the community and I can't access my home, I got a car. I'm moving into my house. I can't access the community because people build on the alley. And I go tell government, say, you can't and lay out the community and make the community. When they can't boss people home, people there. Why they must boss their home? But look, before you are giving a land, the people who selling the land to you should show you the alley and tell you, say, okay, this is the land we're selling to you. This straight place is an alley. From year to year is your land space and this, that. You two have to, for every 4 blocks, you have to give an alley. Everywhere you build, there should be a passage. There should be a way to enter the community. There should be, entry and exit. That's why when fire catch houses in this town, it's difficult for the fire service to cut the fire off because at the end of the day, they can't access the community. Houses are all on the alley. Then when you talk, they say fire service people, they can come, they get the water in the thing, and if they don't get water in the thing, they can't spoil the fire, then they go back for water. Those are all fallacy lies. When the people come, you expect them to run in the people's homes? They can't run in nobody's house. But they're all alley to go to the communities. That's why when a house is on fire, the houses around that particular house, they are at risk. Because if the water truck cannot come through to quench that fire, trust me, everybody there, the other people now, will feel the weight. So that's why when you're building a home, leave alley. Look, they land we're fighting for, we'll leave it here, we'll go. That's why you see, what the guy need? Jubet? Yeah, the song is called Hardest Truth, right? Say, all the things we're looking for that for nothing. That for nothing. That's what Jubet said. That for nothing. So you fighting for the land. I'm a land yet. Look, I went somewhere and somebody is fighting for 5 feet. 5 feet space. 5 feet. So somebody enter in their land 5 feet. And they want the person to break that side of their horse that in the 5 feet. 5 feet? And you think it's the right way to go? Look, when a man dies, it's only a small space that gives him to lie down for eternity. You're gone 6 feet and you're done. Everything you look for on this earth is vanity. Why not build your house, keep the alley, let other people have way to move in? And look, I'm praying for fire disaster in any of the places in Christopolis, but if the day they have any disaster or fire, look, it's easy, except the people waste time to go in the community, except fire service waste time to go there. But once fire service go there in time, they will quench that fire easily because the people, roads got alley, got streets. The streets are named. The avenues are named. Let's talk about ourselves more. And that's why today I tend for us to talk. What is wrong with us Liberians? What is wrong with everything we put it on government? Hey, some of the things that are not government, but we put it on government. Hey, you go beyond alley, the government say beyond alley, but again, too, government neglect their responsibilities. Look, that's why city mayors are in those places. Township commissioners are there. Before people build, they should get permit. They should get permit. The people from, that's why public were supposed to be in almost all the places. The zoning department is supposed to be there to make sure when people are building, they tell you this is the alley, this is where you put your home, and that is it. But we're not doing it. People just buy their land, the land sellers just say people buy their land, they just put the house anyway, they just do anything. That's the end of it. Yeah. So we decided to talk about ourselves today small. Let's open the lines and take few calls on this segment. At 5 o'clock is the hardcore politics. We have something coming up. Too many things to talk about then. The president had his 22nd one. How do you call it? Cabinet meeting today. Yeah. Senate member president and president 22 cabinet meeting. What? That's one thing. We assess some of the things that have come out of that cabinet meeting as well. 077-959-959 is the number, or 0881-871-670, 077-959-959. Jeremiah Cole, let's hear you.
Desmond, these are the issues, Desmond, I must admit, I love for journalists to discuss, because there's too much of partisan and political party thing, people supporting politicians, and we don't want to be sensitive as citizens that our actions are only benefiting the politician and not benefiting us. Seriously, we don't want to know that. We don't want to come to ourselves and we can support our political party, but we don't put our political party interest before the country's interest. Now, when you talk about people burying other ways, you go break their places down, people of political side, oh, the poor people, yeah, they're taking bread from the people. People sitting on the road, they go to remove them, oh, you're taking bread for the people more. Then government supporter too will come with their own backing to back the government if the government does. So you see, some of the things too, that's when we talk about putting debt in the street. The government want to bring sometimes the government, because I believe that there are laws on the book that prohibits people from putting that prohibit people from putting them in the street. And when they put it there, you know, what should be done to them? You know, say I was recommending the other day. Say for example, if you have your city police posted all over, and you understand, and a car, you see a dead dropping from a car, you park that car and you don't ask who put it there or whatsoever, and you delay everybody for an hour. The next time when you Desmond get in a car and somebody want to throw there, or you will be security, you tell the person, please don't put out the other. Because the player and Nana are rushing, going for certain meeting, I want for them to delay me here. But when you do talking again, people will put it aside and say, oh, you coming down hard on the citizens. I'm serious. Right to Banjo gas station to the tenant place there. People putting there in, you know, that run about something that they put there, they force something right to the road there.
And I think it's for beautification.
Fine.
Beautify that
people
place.
Put it there. That place got bushy. I'm not blowing my own. That place got bushy, and people that selling around there, they're not clean there. In a recent time, some part of last week, I decided to go there to clean there because I have my grass cutting machine. And when I got the police commander to hotel room, his number, so that the day I see somebody putting there over there, and I've decided on my own call to be cleaning over there every time. So I'm monitoring there. Every time you go over there and you see that place, me, I don't want cleaning there. I went to the commissioner office and took the inspector number. These are people that are not checking. So you see, that's where they are not checking. You call yourself inspector, but you're not checking to the place and the apple go puche. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be nationalistic. We got to be patriotic. Okay. That's the only way the country will go if on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you so kindly for cleaning that place. I mean, I myself saw it the other day. Very bad. Let's hear you. Good afternoon. Let's hear you. Good afternoon. Please put live in your voice. Hello. You have to shift a little bit. Your line is coming distorted.
It will be network. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Thank you. My name is Ibrahim Kiazulu. I call from inside Modern Corner, the British Start in New London.
Let's hear you, Mr. Kiazulu.
My brother, this thing is hard to talk. Because the reason for which I'm saying this is that the land seller should be held responsible. They may have a little money, and you find a place to buy. First of all, they will lie to you. They will lie to you. So you pay convince you in this place, okay, and allow them to build your house, they have you follow the arrow. And they can sell land to 2-3 brackets. So it's just big problem for those who, because if you enter Christopher, as you said, those who sold land in Christopher, they did well. They did extremely well. Because Christopher Street is well laid out, and then whenever you enter, they have free access all over. But other communities, there are 7 different groups, rest in place. They all family so they just confuse the whole system and allow the poor man to use their money and purchase the land and build a house, allow them to come and break it down. So who tell there's a problem? Who tell there's a problem? And then even in Ayagate again, I saw those who bring this recommendation to take the death on the for your home and bring it in the street. I condemn it. Even during Ellington, I condemn it. Because you can't take the death from the street, from your home. Then you bring it in the street. As all of coming from different countries when they enter to a public area, even down to Ayagate now, there's a dump site in the south waiting there. They're on the main street. It's wrong. Those recommendations is bad. The death should be hailing to the place that it should not have public access. But even international problem, they will see the death parking right in the street. He enters Douala, and then the phone come for their own time. It's wrong. So our public violence has long problem. I don't know when we will get out of it. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly, Mr. Kazulu, for being a part. 0777 959 959 0777 959 959 0881 871 are the numbers you can call on the first segment. We're looking at cleaning of our environment, our cities, building on other ways, building in the wetlands and all of that. What can we do to curtail it? Let's hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Morris Bala calling from Queensland.
Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, my brother, the only way the death building will stop when the people employ more PBCC and MCC workers. They can refuse to employ more people. And why you see the death more plenty in the city. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
That's his view. He said they should employ more people. And yeah, intentionally, people could be employed and choose not to do their work. It's also going to be a problem. It's also going to affect the country. Let's take more calls. This person.
Yeah, good afternoon, brother.
Yeah, good afternoon.
This is a serious issue that is to be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
Lack of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
We are not disciplined.
I said it from the beginning.
Hey, let me. This.
You got to walk away a little bit. Your line is coming in distorted.
Good. We fathers and in various home, we are disciplined. Go in some houses, you will see a dead all around the houses. They put fail to clean. They're waiting for government to come clean it. And the day it does that, they will just take it and dump it on the street. You can clean your clothes anyhow. When you take small rain oil and put it there, that clothes is dirty. Mm-hmm. People will take dead phone in the car and dump it on the street. I trained somebody this few days. We ended to Uptown Police Station. I told them that the grumpy there you are chugging on the street is wrong. Go and take it from there. The woman will insult me. This is wrong, brother. The government too is not working. You can even employ millions of people on the street. The people attitude is not changed. People are not ready to make their country. When they go to other country, they enjoy the country. But when they come to their country, they don't want to do it. They gave the license to wrong people to sell land. These people are not even educated to that effect. They just sell land as like crazy people. They don't even know what they call layout.
Look, the first thing we need to do in this country, Chief.
Brother, this one you have to talk.
Yeah, I know. The first thing we need to do in this country is that those who have land should go to land authority, right? And land authority go to the land authority will go see your land, see the place, and before you sell that land authority should be present to know that that place is sold to you and the alley is protected. That is to say, public work is there and all of that. We got a lot to do. Let's take more calls. Let's hear you. Let's hear you. This is Desmond. Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm Sam Miller. Hello.
Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Sam Miller calling from Menga in Louisiana. My interest has to do with the trusted management. I don't know what Ministry of Transport will pay now before you want to dissolve the whole ministry or what. I don't know. I don't guys know the idea of giving the private management to other companies. What government is not to do the work. What is that doing now? Where are they taking care of that? I really want to know. Please.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's take more calls. This person, let's hear you. Good afternoon.
Aliyu Kamal calling for District 15.
Aliyu, let's hear you, man.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on the discussion. You know where the problem coming from? Listen, we are not taking order, we agree. But the government responsible for the attitude. One, if you get their bucket, looking down here, if you got for me in District 15, from Freepo coming to Douala, if you can employ people there, they are responsible for that place. I swear to God, if you play a game and daily bread from nobody will waste there. Trust me. But they will tell you 500,000, they get to back one lawmaker to back car. Even you pay them $50, you think $50, you get to the man, you money in the player, the 3 or 4 from Freepo coming. You didn't allow they will go over there to you. It won't go there. Nobody will wait there to that play. But they don't want to spend the money on the citizen. Under demo, you must have vote for the government. But nobody want to. You know, inside, you don't know. Time for voting, then they come with all running behind them. Citizen no money in the government. Nowhere in the world citizen more than the government. The government can say today holiday, right? So if you say the citizen have a problem, yeah, it will get problem because we know the government is weak. The government is weak. They only after they say they run a BB car, then they don't care for all. But if they already care, why I'm telling you, the government can do that, produce that thing. You tell people in Douala there, they are there, they are 4%, 5%, they're working order, you put your there, you take it. 1 week, 2 weeks, nobody will put there on the street. You see the street will be clear. Thank you.
Okay. That's your view. And yes, I mean, everybody is somehow entitled to their view. Shortly, we'll run to other issues on the final segment of the program. Yeah, but just before we do that, let's bring you this song by Jubet. It's called Hardest Truth. And I love this song because it talks about everyday reality. If you listen to the wordings in this song, yeah, you will tell me that you love it. If you just listen to the wordings in this song, it's a very nice piece of music. But before we do that, let's take this person. Let's take this person quickly. Let's take you before we transition. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is Mr. Bower speaking.
Let's hear you, Chief.
Is this the station Roger on?
Yeah, this is the station Roger is on. Roger is in the morning.
I have called
this station is it's called Kia Radio. Kia Radio 95.9.
Somebody told me that, okay, I said no.
This is Kia Radio. Kia Radio.
All right, thank you. I'm one of your followers now. I've been looking for my son.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're getting here.
Your papa say hello to you, Mr. Bower.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Okay, he will be on. Roger will be on Monday morning.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, Monday in the morning. Yeah, you can listen to him here in the morning by 7 o'clock.
I finished with her station.
Okay.
He won't carry me there and he left me.
Okay, so you're not joining on the side, eh?
I come in.
Okay. Thank you very much, Baby. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So yeah, before let's do this, let's welcome Jubet with this reality song. As soon as we come back, we'll talk all of the political issues, and you don't want to miss that final segment of the program.
After school life is the hardest experience. Whoever feeds you controls you. Money buys peace, not happiness. Spiritual life hits harder than physical life. Whatever was meant to be will be. So stop stressing about things that are beyond control. Being everywhere gets you nowhere. Our parents also try not to be poor. Big money never comes clean and clean. Money never comes big. Calendar is fake, we only have day and night. If you feel to cry, just cry, even if no one is there for you. Education has nothing to do with wealth. Even selling your own kidney, you need connections. Tomorrow is not promised. Nothing is yours, not even your life, just live. One day a day will start without you. We break ourselves for people who wouldn't bend for us. Yet somehow it's
This is the part of the song. Let's say we break ourselves for people who would not even bend for us. Trust me, man. This song is called Hardest Truth.
Never comes clean and clean.
says here, big money never comes clean, and clean money never comes big. And that's why you see the drug, 90 million that dirty money. And I be.
Big money never comes clean, and clean money never comes big. Calendar is fake, we only have day and night. If you feel to cry, just cry, even if no one is there for you. Education has nothing to do with wealth. Even selling your own kidney, you need connections. Tomorrow is not promised. Nothing is yours, not even your life, just live. One day a day will start without you. We break ourselves for people who wouldn't bend for us. Yet somehow, it's the unexpected hands that lift us when we fall. Narcissists achieve more than good people. Never think it can never happen to you. Everything never thought is a lie. The actual things are not taught, and that's the world we live in. Consistency does not guarantee success. It's not always about working hard. Life can humble you when you see one case, one name. You can work hard, but
no, you know, some of you understand it. They may say life can humble you. Sometimes you can see 1,000 and I can load at 1 million to you. You don't pass through that process before.
humble you when you see one case hard. Life can humble you when you see one case, one name. You can work hard but still fail, while others are just winning without even trying. Just because you're not giving up is not a guarantee that you'll finally make it.
Man, let's transition. This song, I can play this song for the whole day and have it on repeat because it's a reality song. Look, the guy is saying we break ourselves for people who will not bend for us, and that's true. Look, the guy also said in this song, life can humble you. Sometimes if you see $1,000 will look like 1 million to you. You have now gotten to that point where $1,000 looks like 1 million. The man say success, going to school, getting all the degree doesn't guarantee success. There are some people who are not educated today, they succeed. No, he's not saying that you shouldn't go to school. He said school not good, school good. There are some people who in test class window today, they are the millionaires around. They are the people who get the money. He says success is not about working hard. Some people can't even work hard, they can still succeed. So just live. The little you can get it. And the guy, Jubed is a guy. But let's move on to politics now. Well, something is happening up Capitol Hill. But first, we want to look at the president's 22nd cabinet meeting. You see, having numerous of cabinet meetings, what is the outcome of these cabinet meetings? What is the outcome of these cabinet meetings? What is the outcome of these meetings? Look, in less than 3 years, the president is having 22 cabinet meetings. It shows that people aren't doing their work. That's just the honest truth. This is not something to hide. Look, if people were working, the president will not go to the cabinet meeting and be throwing jabs at people. And for this one, I blame the president. Look, you have the gavel in your hand, Mr. President, to take the right decisions. It's not every day you want government officials. You got to try. The Liberian people are complaining. These things are happening. It should not be happening on our watch. We have the experience. We have this. But you aren't taking decisions, Mr. President. Look, the 19 million drug bust at RIA. What is happening in this country needs serious attention, Mr. President. And the president goes to cabinet meeting and one day they job in it will damage our reputation. It doesn't matter who is involved. We need to bring the corporates to book. Mr. President, it's been almost a month and we're yet to bring the corporates to book. Look, the corporates are working free day. the suspected drug dealers are passing and enjoying themselves while we're having cabinet meetings and discussing drug issue. I'll play you the voice of the president when he said the drug issue is a concern. It's a concern, Mr. President. And also, everybody in this country knows that it is a very major issue. But guess what? Not much has been done to bring these perpetrators to book. Not much has been done in bringing them to book so that they can account for their actions. 22 cabinet meetings, Mr. President. I thought by now, in 3 years, your government will be major reshuffles would have taken place. In the 3rd year of your reign, or hitting your 3rd year or so, major reshuffles should have been taking place. And that is why Senator Koga said the people at the security, aim of security positions in this country, they need to be suspended. Because you can't take 3 weeks when you say you have partners and you investigating 3 weeks or close to a month. And the other day, I heard the police inspector general, when he appeared at the Senate, justifying why Emmanuel Zion, or who is just a student, and what we're supposed to arrest that kind of man. The police inspector general is putting on defense for a suspect or a person of interest, so to speak. A person of interest, look, if I'm president of the country, the inspector general of police is sacked. He is not inspector anymore. But just going to give an explanation and justifying somebody who transported the drug. So he didn't know what he was carrying. But the inspector general is saying the men were only working for a 10 hour, 20 hour, 30 hours. So they just told him to go deliver a package, and he went for it and carried it to the airport. And this, that, after the people later on discovered, he ran away because he was afraid. Mr. Police Inspector General, that you're supposed to be making the justification on behalf of people who are supposed to be people of interest. Mr. Inspector General of Police. And the president goes to the cabinet meeting today, and the president says, they drug team. Mr. President, exert leadership. Exert leadership. At this point, your government, this drug issue will cause your government reputational damage. I've said this before and I'll say it again today. Mr. President, this drug issue will promote your legacy. That legacy that you're supposed to protect as a president, to retire, to sit down, and tomorrow we can remember you in history. All those things will be rubbed in the mud because of this $19 million drug bust. If it is not handled with care. A man who's supposed to be having an investigation is making justification or is trying to justify for a person of interest. It speaks volume. Wait, let me play you some audios here. I think I will not talk plenty. Let me play you some audios. Let me play you some audios here. Because you see, if we continue to run this country like this, there will be problem. Let me play you the president's voice first. This is what the president said in cabinet meeting today. Okay, just listen carefully. You know the president is tired. Very loud talker.
Said drug was a major issue in our country, and it was something that we have to deal with. As substance abuse and what it's doing to our young people, and also what it does to the country in terms of our reputation.
Yeah, I told you just now. I said it will cause reputational damage for the government, right? The president has acknowledged that it will cause the government reputational damage. But what is being done? This country, Liberia.
You have about 19 million drug that was seized here. So We need to talk about it. We need to make people understand that this is something that we're not going to just, no matter who is involved, what position you hold, nobody will be spared that we get involved in the importation, distribution, or whatever role we play in the drug sector, because it's damaging to our country, it's damaging to the health of our future generation, and we always been seeing doing a lot of good work that have been done, but again, it looks like it's something that had already been entrenched, that is a syndicate that we need to pay. That the drug epidemic is a national emergency that we have to deal with. And so it will be nice for the cabinet to take a firm position after the discussion.
So the president said they should take firm position. It has been a month or almost a month. If that position should have been taken, it should have been taken long since. Look, at this point now, like everything the government will be doing will not resonate well with the people of Liberia, because the time the thing should have been nipped, it was the time it was hot. Right now, it have gone in the ears of the people the same way with the FOIA project, the $10 million FOIA project. I say somebody say myself went on that compound, so the thing the people got in that fence in FOIA, the buildings that are in that fence in FOIA, my people, I went there. The president said, no, boy, who is building the FOIA project? These are repetitional, damaging occurrences that have happened under United Party government that they need to work on. If they don't, and the president said it in his speech today, that their drug issue it is following their repetition. But why not take the decision? Now, I am also hearing that Peter King and Paul King, or whatever their name is, but the kings who were arrested, who were named people of interest, the government is thinking of making these people state witnesses. Look, these people, the other man was the other man is either the head or managing director for the company that was shipping that thing. We got to be, please hold the course. We'll take course, don't worry. We'll take the course when we are ready. And we're here talking. And every time it comes to the investigation, for people who are in authority that are investigating to give update, they are angry. The Inspector General of Police go before the Senate, he's asked a question. A senator is giving his view and say, at this point, with the time this drug issue have taken, I think the entire security sector, all the people in the security team, they got to be suspended. And when they are suspended, I think the real names of these people who are involved with a drug, their names will start to surface. The Inspector General looked at the senator and said he talks loosely. But again, you have a Senate that is a rubber stamp. What you will get? You get people that normally they run the Senate in Liberia. What you will get from that place? You get nothing. Absolutely nothing you will get from that place. Madam Yomli Kanga Lawrence is sitting as Senate Pro Tem. Another lawmaker is under attack by somebody who is being indicted on a very major drug issue in the country that is causing reputational damage for the country, the entire nation. Today, when you speak to people outside the country, they look at Liberia as a hub for drug. That's how they look at our country. The Inspector General is telling the the senator say you're speaking loosely. And that senator is on law, obligation, legal obligation, that everything he says there in Senate section or in every section, both representative or Senate, Whatever they say there, they cannot be held liable for what they say. The man is there and saying to the senator, he talks loosely. Let me play you that. Maybe you think I'm just talking. I told you I'm playing you audios today. When I'm talking plenty, that the audio will speak. Let me go to that. Okay.
If we want to really get the result of the investigation, the people should be suspended. When they are suspended, you will see that the other men will get the actual information. The people in position, the other parts is a position that they can defend and protect any information that you don't get. The strategy here is coach. When they allow the coach, then will maneuver for the case to be a brief.
Now you listen to the senator speaking. The senator is having issues, and the senator is giving recommendation that the people held in the investigation of the 19 million drug, especially in the security sector, they all need to be suspended. The police inspector general says the senator is talking loosely, and the Senate did not retribute, did not punish the inspector general. He walked freely. Later on, giving an apology that probably did not even come from his heart, because he was demanded to, he was made, to apologize. Oh, Senator Koga, I apologize to you. I take it back. He was intentional about it. Look, this investigation needs serious thing. Now, listen further. Listen further.
These are people that we trust our position. You tell the police that everybody say, if you behave like a lawyer, just student who's bustling around, roll a car, and then you tell it all, we should hold it, we should do that. But the idea to the boost, to the airport. No sympathy, law is labor and wage. The real ones you take out my pro, let me inside. And then what is that on the protest? The government, more about the security apparatus, are not giving you any assurance that a citizen will not have the misperception they got of the security apparatus. It's not only the security apparatus. The president, people accusing the president are involved. Because of the room these guys are giving, everybody start collecting and making decisions at their will.
Okay. So that is it. That is what happened at the Senate. That is exactly what happened at the Senate. That a senator is raising serious issue about the drug. But here's what the police inspector general had to say. Listen to him.
It may be long and stuff like that, and I understand the appetite for everybody out there in the social media spaces. Everybody wants to hear something about this on a daily basis, but we cannot operate like that. We will compromise the integrity of this investigation, and everything will be failed tomorrow. We will be blamed that we didn't do a good job in handling this particular situation. It is completely different, sir. It's not because when you're wrestling with cooking, because cooking and media makes it transnational. It's the kind of operation, the quantity. Who are market for 90 million cooking like below? Obviously, you know that.
And you see the justification the police inspector giving. He say, "We not get market for 90 million drug here." So at the end of the day, the whole thing somebody brought it in and this that. But we say arrest the person who bring it. The person who bring in the thing who was shipping it outside the country. Why they brought it here for? Why they want to take it to carry? That's what we want you to do. But you see, the senator sat there. They did not support their colleague. The senator sat there. Let's go further.
It's bound for somewhere. It came from somewhere. As of yet, we have not established that we have a lab here that produces cocaine in Liberia. So we know that as far as we know as to where the investigation is, it did come from somewhere. So it makes it definitely transnational. Senator, I appeal to you all. I understand that everybody wants answers, and I wish we had something to say to the public that could not jeopardize this investigation. But I would ask for patience. We're almost there. We're almost there. As a matter of fact, this network, as we're going, is building up. We will even have to break this investigation into two, because at this point in time we deal with this, and then we look into the larger network, because I mean at some point in time we have to charge. And that's what we're saying. We're asking for a few days to reach the point where we have possible suspects now that we're definitely going to charge them. And I can promise you here, honorable senators, the Liberian people, the chips will definitely fall where it may. Thank you.
Okay. You see, every time the security people appear before the Senate or any investigation, they come to the public, they say, the Mogadian time. How long do you want? Do you want eternity before the corporates are brought to book? Now, there is a guy called, I don't know what kind of brand. He was arrested before for trafficking drug. He was arrested, placed behind bars. The Justice Ministry wrote and said they will release the man for medical checkup. The man is part of this particular 19 million job bust again. So we're not getting anywhere with this investigation. Every day is time. Would you get time? Oh, you get our time. We're still looking into it. You get our time. Why kids are still being affected? You all see those kids who are affected as the people, but they're not. They are victims. And the real people, the real perpetrators of the menace that is happening in this country are the dealers, the guys who are bringing the cartel, that are shipping it left and right. Those are the guys. Those are the guys. So, folks, we have a lot on our head. Now, let's talk about the last issue, then we'll open the lines. This one is about the citizen ID card. The other day, I revealed to you that the government is planning to outsource that particular identification registry, issuance of citizen ID card to Liberians to a foreign company from Hungary. Look, if we outsource everything in the country, what will we do? And that's why the senators are taking steps now, according to them. We cannot transact with our citizen ID card because we get some. The one we have, some people who have already expired. But you go to banks, they deprive you. They say you either carry passport. Why if you don't have passport? But you should either carry passport or driver license or citizen ID card. The citizen ID card was halted almost 6 months plus ago. We can't get access to it. You can't get card right now. But banks are still requesting for citizen ID cards. The same government I say, pull her to it, is the same government I've given order that people should transact with citizen ID card. Okay, say you're not producing the citizen ID card as current as it should be, why not allow the old citizen ID card to be accepted? Even when it's expired, let it be accepted because you're not giving new ones. So the Senate, they've called the National Identification Registry to explain a few things. Why are these things happening? Why is it that the company, or there is a company that should be taking over issuance of citizen ID card? What is the contract and all of that? I mean, why should we be outsourcing all our things? Why? We're not able to do anything by ourselves. Look, what were the essence of taking our transport ministry and giving it to traffic management? That technological know-how? Why we couldn't bring the technology and train our people? The same thing with identification registry now. If the issue is about the technical know-how, or they don't have the technology or whatsoever, why we can't get the technology and train our people? Take our people from here, send in other countries and be trained. They come back, they are resourceful, they can train the other people. But we're taking the thing again to give it to another foreign company to enjoy. All our things, we just outsourcing it. So I hope when they go to the Senate, the senators will ask the real questions. Some of the few big brothers we have in the Senate that we know can respond to one or two messages from us. We send our questions and tell them to ask the major questions. And let's see how it goes, because we can't be outsourcing everything. We can't be asking for citizen ID card when citizens are not getting ID card. Then what the essence? We're not getting new ID card. Why we go to Benin and say, produce citizen ID card now? Now everybody will go get, or how they call it, Java lesson. Now everybody will go get passport. So if that is the case, then people use their ordinary ID card, working ID card, and go to the bank and transact business. Yeah, so these are the things that open the lines and hear from you on the two key issues that we've talked about on the second segment of the program Inside Liberia on Care Radio 95.9. We'll open the lines now on 0-777-959-959, 0-777-959-959, 0881-871-670 are the numbers you can call to be a part of the program Inside Liberia on Care Radio 95.9. Of course, it's the last and final segment of the program. We'll take your calls now on the drug issue. What do you make of these things? The president's cabinet meeting today and all of that. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Cooper calling from Cinco.
Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. When it comes to the citizen ID card issues, the government is in error. How many Liberians can afford to get a citizen ID card? You want to tell me the old men and women from Foya district and other places like Nima County can afford to get a citizen ID card? And as we currently the ID card or office is now open. For every day we go to the bank for transaction, they will deprive us saying that we should carry ID card. So for me, my recommendation, let people use their ID card from our working places, their business ID card. Then secondly, to the issue of the drugs, in my country, I'm from Nimba, as I speak to you. But I'm happy that Welcome spoke to him ugly, because they who we took them to be, they want to represent in a house. They are not there for us. They showed their bread to the president of Liberia. They went there to exercise their protection for this country. They are not after that. They are only there for their allowances and other benefits. Look, see how we made people representative in this country. What is their potential? Looking at the law of Article 56 that gave the president the power to how do they say how they call it, to get people how they call it
okay. Let's take more calls. 0-777-959-959. Let's hear you. Hello. Good evening. Don't hold on to the lines. When you call, make your point and leave the line so others can call as well. 0-777-959-959, 0-881-871-670. Let's take you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you? Yeah, my name is Wakati from the Satan.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, bro. You see, I don't know something happened to the country. See, when you talk, Jonah, I want to my mama, how they call it, my sister. Then they say I'm gonna bring and citizen ID card, and the citizen ID card expire. You alone, and then I went ready to get it. She said they say government say wait until they start doing it over again. I kept my voting card. They say no. I kept my how they call it, my working ID card. They say no. I gotta pay $12 before I pay my money somewhere. Where can I know? Where can I go to? And the government can they let them make you shame? And why the horse that is sitting down over there, all these things happening? And they want to get business, like the other one, he told, like, people can do those things then. We'll face our own thing. We can do anything, just to train the people. That's all. That's what he was saying. Yeah. What happened to our people then?
Okay. Let's take others. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's take this person. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
I was the one on the line.
Yeah, go ahead.
Those people, the president is the one to appoint ministers, assistant minister, deputy minister, bank governor, and even directors in this country. And since they went there for them to say those laws are laws that are good for our country, they do not even speak about it. But they are just there to advocate for their allowances and other things. So for me, they don't mean business for this country. They have no potential for this country. So whatsoever that happened to them, they are in the same circle.
Okay.
They're right for him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. May your point. Let's take this person. Good evening.
Yeah, this is Minister Ebenezer Pastor calling from Powers.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, it's the issue. And I must commend the two senators from the western side, Senator Amar Kone and Senator Edwin Memphis Snow, to red plenary asking for a thorough investigation on the drug issue, because it's one of the critical issues that we have. And if these particular issues will not be resolved at this present time, we the citizens will demand the government to give an answer of if it's process of who are responsible of all these issues. We need answer. And secondly, we want to say this: what great people said the other day before the spread at the school, and we also the time these guys are big up. They just come up to say, oh, they're going to pay another group of people to say these are the council steps to this issue. That's the cover up. They're going to come that in days to come, there will be suspects. There will be people that will be indicted, that will be indictment before they should get in time. These guys don't cover up, but there is a big thing behind the whole entire issue where the executive is looking at that particular angle that these guys should not be brought to booking. And this is wrong. We cannot keep compromising. Our citizens are suffering from this particular issue.
Okay.
You are there to the woman. Probably not last day. You are there to the woman there, they say, oh, the man doesn't say one place, the other thing.